everybody. Welcome to the Toylines podcast with your hosts,
Ian Westhoff
and Tommy Romero. Today, tons of news. Lots and lots of great toy news. Mostly at Super 7. Hope sit back, enjoy, and let's get into some toy news here. Sorry, folks. So, right off the bat, I want to give a special shout out. Happy birthday to one of our favorite creators, Peter Laird.
Happy birthday.
Who currently just turned 67.
God bless.
God bless.
One of the co-creators of the Turtles. What more can you say? You know, you create something that people create things all the time, but to create something that's still relevant today,
that's the goal.
And sure, it's the goal, but I think when you set out to make it the goal, it never becomes the goal. You know, like if you set out, I'm gonna become a millionaire off this movie. Like George Lucas didn't think Star Wars was gonna do well. It just happened.
Oh yeah, they never thought it was gonna be that big either.
They, and it amazes me to this day what the Turtles have accomplished, and well deserved. You know, all the rewards and everything they've gathered they earned it.
Right.
So a very happy birthday, Turtle yours.
So Super 7 just released pictures of the Thundertank. This thing is massive. Any Thundercats fan will be happy to have this. Pixel Dan just did an interview with him recently. Great stuff. Dan got so much out of Brian out of this interview. I highly suggest once you're done here, go over to Pixel Dan's channel, look up that interview. You not only find out about the Thunder Tank itself, but actually what goes into making something this massive.
Mm-hmm.
So the eyes glow in the dark. It's 27 inches by 17 inches, 9 inches high. So this thing is huge. Here's another comparison photo.
I do like the flannel.
You'll be able to fit 6 figures in it. And if you look closely enough, the keyboard, the steering wheel, all that details. It reminds me of the classics Talon Fighter. So it's that same level of detail. No stickers. This thing is legit. This is for keeps. It drives. It pops up just like the original one. It's got guns, removable guns. I mean, it rolls. The thing is so cartoon authentic. It's beautiful. And just to show you another comparison of how big this thing is. So the vehicle on top is the original LJN vehicle. And that is just one side of the new Thunder Tank.
Well, what's interesting is the one closest to us, the larger one, is that arm and paw of the front of that vehicle. So that thing is gigantic.
It's huge.
It's incredible.
Naturally, it has to be to fit in, 6 and 7 inch figures.
That's true, yeah.
But I mean, this thing is massive.
But the other thing is, like, you make something that size, you can get sloppy, and they never do. They go the whole nine. They go detail upon details, and like the details have details. It's it's incredible. It really is incredible. It's
sculpted by the Four Horsemen.
Well, I mean, there you go. I mean, this artistry.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So it includes glow-in-the-dark eyes. It drives. I mean, you'll have to push it, but it moves. So pre-orders begin February 2nd and will continue through April 2nd. $450 for this. But here's the nice thing. There also will be a payment plan option. So you don't need the $450 right now. They'll help you.
It's kind of like a layaway for toys.
Exactly.
For
Now,
those who know what layaway is.
yeah, $40 domestic shipping flat rate, unfortunately. And here's another bad thing about it, but it's understandable. We're not going to see this bad boy until next year, January, February of 2022. International fans, Brian is helping you out. So you'll be able to actually purchase it locally from your local toy store wherever you're at in the world. So you don't have to pay, astronomical prices for shipping.
Nice.
Another thing Brian was concerned about during the Pixel Dan interview was he wants to make sure that he gets enough orders. So if you're on the fence about it, think very hard if you want to support this. Because a lot of people were comparing this to the Razor Crest. They're like, why is the Razor Crest 350 and why is the Thunder Tank 450? Simple. There's about 1 billion Star Wars fans out there, and maybe 10% of that is Thundercats fans.
And it's different companies, so.
Well,
But,
no, I think he's well. I mean, obviously, it's not going to outsell the Razor Crest. Possibly it could, but that's just something to.
In a way, with and no, and this is not an insult, but with a price that high, you should always definitely think it over. Because your first reaction is, I want that. But, it is a lot of money, but it's like.
Right. There's the kid inside of you, and then there's reality. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I consider myself a huge He-Man fan. I don't own Snake Mountain.
Right.
I would love to, but I would have to live in it, basically. So, along the Super 7 lines, if you ordered the booster pack, or if you ordered a Panthro who came with the incorrect shorts, a booster pack should be on its way starting this Monday to you. So, here's my Panthro right here. You can see that the shorts are a little bit brighter than the rest of the outfit, but it really doesn't. I mean, I'm probably in the minority on this, but it really doesn't bother me that much.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The brighter, yeah.
Yeah. But on the plus side, the cool thing is we get an extra Panthro head, which I'm very excited about.
There you go. 2 heads are better than 1.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, especially nowadays. Along with the extra Panthro head, you're going to get the replacement shorts, the Jackalman replacement shoulders, some extra guns. So look out for your mailbox. That's coming up. And now also from Super 7 are the Transformers Ultimates line. Now, at first, I was like, why? But you're going to get things in this line that you normally wouldn't get with the regular Transformers. I mean, when I first saw this, I thought, all right, this is the RED line, but it's so much more. So if you're unfamiliar, there was an episode where Optimus Prime was surfing. That's why he comes with the surfboard in this picture. And he also comes with Spike, which is cool because you don't really get to see Spike as a action figure. But these are pretty cool. These are more than the Red series. Like, take this one, for instance. He's glittery because this is the ghost of Starscream. When he died in the movie, during the series, he comes back. I believe it was season 3 he comes back. And also with them, you also get Bombshell. Oh, I'm sorry, Bonsai and Bombshell. Each will retail for $55, but you get so much accessories. I mean, you're going to have fun if you're a Transformers fan with these. And I already know a lot of people that are getting Optimus Prime just for that surfboard.
Sorry.
No, go on.
So continuing with the Super 7, with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Super 7 is going to be creating a reaction line and an Ultimates line of figures. This would be including the Super Cyborg Megazord. The Super Cyborg Megazord, actually it's very tough to say like that, is going to be followed by the first wave of Power Rangers, which will be 3.75 inches, the reaction figure style. And I love reaction figures. I'm a big fan of those. These will include the Red Ranger, Green Ranger, Rita Repulsa,
Rita.
I'm sorry,
That's her.
Pudgy Pig, Putty Patrol, and Megazord. I did not watch the show, so I didn't know there was a Pudgy Pig in it. I'm not laughing at anybody. I apologize.
There was a Pudgy Pig in the movie, too. Well, there was a pig in the movie. I don't know if it was Pudgy.
More Rangers and villains are planned for 2 more additional waves coming later in 2021. So that's for you Power Rangers fans. That's pretty cool. Also, the Ultimates line this year will start with the Yellow Ranger, the Green Ranger, Goldar, Tyrannosaurus Dinozord, and Putty Patroller, all in the first wave. What's a Putty Patroller?
I believe they're those gray,
like silly putty
drink. Yeah, they're made out of putty. They're gray. And
okay.
They attack Power Rangers.
Not Putty from Seinfeld.
They work for Rita.
Rita Repulsa.
Yep.
Cool.
So Star Trek is also getting the reaction treatment from Super 7. The first wave will include Captain Picard, Worf, whom, by the way, is trying to pitch a Captain Worf series for all you Star Trek fans out there. Worf, Data, Wesley Crusher, Guinan, and a Borg drone. Now, I'm kind of curious about this lineup, only because why Guinan?
I don't know who that is.
That was Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh,
she was
okay.
The bartender.
The bartender. Yeah, the silhouette of the figure, I figured that was her. I just didn't know that was the name.
Yeah. My Pet Monster reaction is now available at the Super 7 store. There will be 2 versions, a flocked version for $24 and a football version for $18. Both are available right now at super7.com.
Okay, so you might not have an answer to this, but what do they mean by a football version?
He's dressed in football gear.
Oh, okay. So flocked.
He's fuzzy.
He's fuzzy, so it's more like a plush.
More like Mossman.
Okay, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. Like he's an action figure, just he just has fur on the outside.
So this isn't going to be a.
He's not a stuffed animal.
You don't want to cuddle up with him at night,
right? Well, you could, but
you're going to get like little pricklies all over you.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, he's not going to fall apart, but it's going to be hard.
All right. HBO Max is developing a Harry Potter TV series. Now, I've been hearing this for a while, like on and off things. I don't, and at the moment, there's not really much knowledge of it. Obviously, HBO would want to. Why not? Because Harry Potter's been such a success for them.
I would like to see the show continue on, like the theater.
Well, I would like to see The Cursed Child as a movie.
That's what I meant, yeah.
Or streaming service, whatever. I would like to see I would actually like to see about Harry's parents in the school, a prequel, if you will. I would actually just like to see a show also about the other students in the school. I'm a Harry Potter fan. I admit it. I love it as much as I do Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. So I would like to see anything really. At the moment, everything I've read is that some actors would love to come back. I've read this, and I cannot confirm or deny. This is the only thing I read, that Daniel Radcliffe would only go back to working on something if J.K. Rowling was not involved. I'm not saying that's 100% true, and it's not because I don't know. It's something I read, and who knows. But I would love to see a Harry Potter universe show again, because I love Fantastic Beasts. I think it's a great movie. I really want to see the third one. I'm waiting for that. And I want to see 4 and 5. And I want to see more, because it's one of those movies that every time it's on, I will watch. And it's at least 20 years old, the first Harry Potter movie. And to last this long and have a fandom that is as dedicated as Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or Masters, that's great. I mean, you created something special. So the more, the merrier, I say. Also, Zack Snyder's Justice League is going to be released on March 18th, streaming on HBO Max. So this would be the director's cut. Is that correct?
4 hours of the director's
4
cut.
hours. Good gracious.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, actually. So this is new from Mezco Toys on the 112 series, Constantine, the DC sorcerer. Now, drink. This is an incredible figure. It's got full articulation, 28 points, 4 extra heads. Yeah, it's basically your average Mezco 112 toy, or action figure, excuse me. But look at all the accessories. I mean, you get 15 interchangeable hands, fists, tarot card holding hands, sword holding, 3 different types of posing hands. You get a moon blade, a twin blade, a chainsaw, a cross relic, lighter. I mean, you get 4 heads. This thing is decked out with accessories. Now, also, here's a little tip that some people have noticed. Originally, in the promotional pictures, you would see Constantine with a cigarette and a shotgun. Now, for some reason, they've done away with that. However, you still will get the cigarette and the shotgun in the package. So all this for $100. You can get him right now or pre-order him at mezcotoys.com. Todd McFarlane just released pictures of some figures that are released now, including Nightwing Joker, Bizarro Superman. Now, I'm really excited for this figure. This figure looks absolutely amazing. He went with the Frankenstein look. And I think he should have saved it for something like Solomon Grundy.
Yeah, but I always felt that if you're going to make a Bizarro, having him say goodbye for hello, it's just kind of lame. To me, this works. This kind of creeped out, backward S, just Frankenstein beast. I actually like that. Maybe they make him talk. Maybe that's the thing. Just don't let him talk, because that whole backwards talk is just confusing. I can't even handle Yoda doing it sometimes. So
I don't know. All I know is this is a great figure.
Yeah,
it's gonna look good battling Superman.
Definitely,
especially McFarlane Superman.
Yeah.
And here's who I call more realistic looking John Stewart Green Lantern. Comes with accessories. Comes with that backpack and rattling gun. I forgot what it's called.
Gatling gun.
Gatling gun. Thank you.
You're close.
Great figure. I wish DC would wake up and realize Cyborg isn't the only African American character they have in their possession. I want to see more stories with John Stewart. He's one of the best Green Lanterns ever.
Kyle Rayner, of course, but
right. Well,
he's my favorite.
They're all good.
Yeah. So Tommy, are you a King Kong or Godzilla fan? Which side are you on?
I don't know yet, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, do you want? Let's put it this way: I've
seen more Godzilla movies than King Kong movies. I'll put it to you that way.
So, do you think you're kind of more of a Godzilla guy?
I don't know,
and it's not a wrong answer; it's a fine answer.
I'll be honest with you. When I first saw or heard about this, I had no interest. I saw the trailer over the weekend. Now I'm invested.
Yes, the trailer was incredible. The dorsal fin, it
was amazing. I was like, I really want to see these two go at it. Who do you think's going to win?
Well, I have a few ideas. I don't know if they're really going to make one the winner or not.
Okay.
Because either way, you're angering one side. Me, it's going to be Kong. I love King Kong.
Now let me ask you this: is Godzilla a dinosaur?
So I believe unless they redid it. He's a radioactive T-Rex.
Oh,
And now my Kong knowledge is better than Godzilla, but I believe it was kind of like a statement about the atomic bomb or the hydrogen bomb from World War II. But yeah, so Godzilla. My brother is a huge Godzilla fan. I've always been a King Kong fan, and as kids, we would play King Kong and Godzilla, which meant we would wrestle, and I would be King Kong and he would be Godzilla. So I really want to see this movie. I'm all for Kong. I like Godzilla, I really do, but I love King Kong. So Super 7, they're debuting the 3.75-inch articulated Godzilla reaction figure. This is scheduled to arrive this summer, and it's going to come along with a capsule collection, which will offer various products, including apparel and accessories. More Godzilla product will follow later in the year, which will be escalating in 2022 with the Ultimates figure. And the key thing to remember is that this will not be the Matthew Broderick movie or Godzilla, because that did not look like Godzilla.
Now I know we're listening to a lot of stuff coming out of Super 7, but you also got to take into account Brian is very money conscious, especially for the fans. He cares about how much stuff he's putting out. I know a lot of people saw the Thunder Tank. Next thing on their list is, where is Cat's Lair? Brian doesn't want to put you in the poorhouse. He wants everybody to be happy with the stuff they're making. So it will take time. So things are going to come out in waves from Super 7. Now, here's my question to you, Ian. As a toy collector, do you feel that you need to collect everything? Or do you feel comfortable cherry picking? And if so, does that make you feel like less of a fan as opposed to, say, a super fan?
So I don't think when you're a fan, you're all super fans regardless. I don't think just if you cherry pick or if you collect one figure of a toy line, whether it's Han Solo or just Prince Adam, I think regardless of what your collection is, you're a super fan because you collect, because you like this thing enough to make it a part of your life. And I always hated that debate with people were like, well, you're not a true fan unless you like this and this and this and this and this. And I'm like, and for a while you're under that, especially when you're younger. I was under that mentality. One day I was like, why? It's just, who says I'm not, the hell is a true fan?
Right. Yeah.
I was always the type of collector who wanted everything. I was just not able to afford everything, even though I like to pretend I could, or think I'm gonna be the next Steven Sansweet of Star Wars. And I knew deep down inside I wasn't gonna be. It was a nice little wish. As I get older, getting very old, I tend to focus on certain things. I don't go for like I gotta complete. I don't gotta collect them all like the box says. I'd very much like to. I just can't. One is the option of space, where you're gonna put it all. There's always these different things. I actually think for a toy company to say that they're worried about, they have you in mind as the customer. I think that's a very nice thing. I think it's humbling. I think it's so unlike a toy company. I don't think Hasbro is going to be saying that. And I actually respect that. I think that's so nice. And I think it's almost better. So if the Thundercats, for instance, they put out the, was it the Thundertank?
Right.
All right. So it's close to $500. They see how it sells. You get it. So the, what is the other thing called? The base?
Cat's Lair.
So if that's going to come out, let's see how this sells. Do people afford it? And that way they could also see, is there a demand for it? Because of course you want it, but it's also like, can you afford it? And unfortunately, in this day and age, we do got to think about that. You do got to think about one day you want to retire from your job and make this your job, or you want to retire and enjoy the toys you have. or just in general. So I think that's a great thing they're doing, and I think also for anybody who collects, if they ever had that debate where somebody is like, well, you're not a true fan because you don't buy everything that says Thundercats. I don't buy that. I think you're a true fan just because you have the passion for the product. And whether you have one thing or a million things, in the end, you're a fan. And that's what matters. You collect what your budget allows. You collect what your interest allows. And you kind of almost like collect what your heart allows. Because, collecting is like part of you. It's a passion. It's like a love. It's part of your heart. So it's like you do what the heart tells you, and you also don't want to get in trouble with the missus. So that's the other thing. So I hope I answered your question on that. So also, via Toho Kingdom is going to be a quick look at an upcoming 1933 King Kong figure coming from NECA. This will be released at Walmart in February of March, the first of in that time frame. And I love the 1933 King Kong. I love that movie. I cannot. Did I tell you I love it? Because I really love that movie. I'm a fan of Peter Jackson's King Kong. I did like Skull Island. I really just don't like the 80s Kong. It was garbage. But King Kong vs. Godzilla. From when I was a kid, loved it. As me and my brother and my sister, we'd always watch it. I always wanted Kong to win. He always wanted Godzilla, so I'm really looking forward to this movie. And then Bandai, this thing is bleeping gorgeous. It is so articulated. I need to get this and try to make a stop motion. So Bandai is doing a Godzilla vs. King Kong. It's the Bandai Monster Arts, and they've released these pictures of their upcoming figures based on the movie. And honestly, they are beautiful. Look at the amount of articulation just in Godzilla's leg and arm. That's more than you ever got in a Godzilla figure. I remember having a Godzilla and a King Kong, and basically, I think his tail moved and Kong's arms went up and down, and that was it. And then for some reason, I shot my Godzilla with some silly string, and it got all stuck on him. So I don't know why I did that. And then Playmate Toys has something for the kids based on the Godzilla vs. King Kong movie. These are also articulated, beautiful. And the nice thing is that while the Bandai might be a bit more detailed and articulated, this is right up a kid's alley. It's still got that look. It's still got the, that you see the Kong, right? For instance, Godzilla, you see him right there. You know who it is. Maybe the head is a little small because of the movie, but this gives you everything. You could just picture fire coming out of his mouth. So I think these toys are just gorgeous. I really can't wait for this movie.
Hasbro's Marvel Legends has announced a 3.75-inch line debuting spring of 2021 and will include Carol Danvers, the Hulk, the Human Torch, and Pixel Dan just announced Magneto. I don't know how to feel about these. They look like reaction figures, to be honest with you. I mean, did Kenner ever put out an X-Men line? That I got to find out.
I don't think so.
Right, but yet it's on a Kenner card.
Yes, it is. I did notice that. And
now, is that because of the aesthetic?
Beats me, Tommy. It could be, but
they look cool if you're into that reaction. I mean, I like the Hulk.
They actually look like more of a toy of the Secret Wars line, especially the other ones. The Hulk is a bit more muscular. Mm-hmm. I would say she doesn't really, because she wasn't a Secret Wars toy, but he does.
Okay.
Magneto definitely does. And if for you folks at home, if you want to look up the image of the old 80s Secret Wars toys, you might see the resemblance or maybe not, but that's what I was thinking.
So Hasbro had their Fan Force Friday yesterday,
Triple F.
and they announced a whole bunch of Lucasfilm 50th anniversary figures. First one is the Black Series on, I guess it's vintage now, on a vintage card. One of my favorite Jedi's, Qui-Gon Jinn. Now, here's one of the cool things about him. The face looks so much better than the original that came out.
It does.
So I'm happy to see that. We're also getting a battle droid. Oh, excuse me, Mace Windu
Do I look like a battle droid to you?
with soft goods.
I like that. That looks nice.
Yeah, he
Purple,
really looks
the
nice.
purple blade as well.
Yep. Battle
There's your
droid.
battle droid.
There you go.
Roger, Roger.
And here's some. I was actually surprised to see that they're putting so much thought into it. Jar Jar Binks.
You know,
Like I thought in the fandom he was like the black sheep of the Star Wars.
yeah, but it's like, I think the fandom from when this movie came out who complained, they have other things to complain about now. And over time, you kind of mellow out with them. And I look at Jar Jar, and he might not be like my favorite character, but I think it's horrible with the poor, was it Ahmed Best who played him?
Yeah.
The reaction that people gave him.
Yeah.
It's so sad. And, you know, he's part of the Star Wars universe, and you don't have to accept it. You don't have to buy him. But you know what? Good for them for keeping him around, and keeping George Lucas's vision going with the characters he created.
That's
It is a good looking toy. You could see the face.
It's a beautiful figure.
Yeah, the face looks great. The ears, he's got articulated arms. So
he doesn't have a shield in this version though.
Okay, so
it's a little cheaper.
Yeah, you can do a lot with this figure. It's pretty cool.
Right. Also, now here's what's going to drive people crazy. Yeah. These are Best Buy exclusives. Okay, so for all you completionists, you're going to be doing a lot of store hopping.
Yep.
Because along at Best Buy are these three figures that are magnificently rendered.
I love the Ben Kenobi because he's got this splice of like new but old with that shoulder, the peak of his, the vinyl, and the Jawa looks great with the cloth cloak. And
I've heard a lot of good things about that. It looks so bulky, but a lot of people are telling me that's how the original figure looked.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I'll go off topic for one moment. We were at my grandmother's years ago, and we're sitting there eating. We're Italian, so it was a pasta dinner, and it was in the summer, and my mother looks up and goes, "Hey," to her mother, which is my grandmother. "Hey, Mom, what's that in your case over there?" And she's like, "Oh, Aunt Mary gave that to me. It's a monk." I'm like, "Grandma, that's a Jawa." So she had this little original Kenner Jawa figure with the cloth good, and she had it in her cabinet because she thought it was a monk, like Saint Francis monk or something like that. So I always think of that when I see these. But it's really cool looking.
So Greedo, Ben Kenobi, and the Jawa will be an Amazon exclusive. So
yeah,
too many exclusives.
Yes,
it's crazy being a collector.
It makes it difficult, and it takes the enjoyment out of it in a way. It's not like you're going on a toy run to the same different store, different Toys R Us's.
Yeah,
you're going to 5 different chains multiple times.
Right. If you people love to hunt, this is perfect for you.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then this was announced from the Bad Batch, the Elite Trooper. Oh, excuse me, Elite Squad Trooper. Sorry. Didn't mean to upset the Force. But
I felt the disturbance.
These are all, basically these are all repaints, especially this guy. He's just a clone trooper repainted a darker shade. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it would be nice to see some different stuff.
Yeah, you see you see the reasoning for cutting corners in a way, but it's also like if I'm going to spend my money,
Well, yeah, that's the toy game.
give me something that's worth my money, because it's tough to come by these days.
Absolutely. So this fine gentleman will be Amazon and Hasbro Pulse exclusive figure. So you have two places to get them. And then another legitimate, well, yeah, I guess it's legitimate. You remember when these first came out? They had that chip,
Oh yeah, so it was like a talking device.
right? People are complaining they would love to see, even if it doesn't work, but like a chip on the card.
The chip would be a good base to stand them on if they just
Oh yeah, well that's what was part of it. They had that long thing.
yeah
You would stand
just
on it, you'd scan the chip, and he would talk.
maybe make it less, either give just a chip and not the scanner or whatever, but to somehow include it. But
I will never forget when this figure originally was released back in '99. It was myself and three other friends, someone that you also know. She was there. So we were online, huge, massive crowd of Star Wars fans. Soon as the door opened at midnight, she ran in. Okay. She was the first one there. All of a sudden, like this whole swarm of people just basically drowned her. Last things I heard from her, I saw her hand, and all I heard was Tom, 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 Tom. So I went in to rescue her. But I mean, I couldn't believe the. I mean, do you remember when stuff like that
I
happened?
remember going to stores, waiting outside Toys R Us for them to open, and there being a bunch of Star Wars guys. Some of them are just casual collectors like us, and by that I mean who just collected. And then there was like the guys who owned the stores, and kind of like everybody's eyeing each other up and seeing, all right, well, he's kind of overweight, he's not going to be able to run. And you know, I remember one guy actually saying, "Hey guys, look, we're all fans. Let's just be cool about it." And
Exactly.
that's the right way to think. Really, nobody wants to get trampled.
So these 3.75-inch figures are also coming out, including Darth Maul, Ahsoka Tano, Pablo.
Pablo, yep, Pablo.
And here's another one. For some reason, in my eyes, he falls under the Jar Jar category.
Yeah, he's an Ewok. Why would he?
Right, but I mean, did he have a big role?
No, but did
Was there
like have
something I
let's
missed?
no. Originally, the Ewoks, they released a certain line, or a certain set of Ewok characters. So it wasn't just
Right,
Wicket.
right.
He was one. And then there was also, of course, the cartoon series, and then the Battle for Endor and all that stuff. So you know what? The Ewoks took a lot of crap too. Um,
That's true. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
I love the Ewoks back in the
yeah,
day.
I
Yeah,
yeah, they're cool, and I actually I kind of just dig it. It's I would like to see a Wicket figure, to be honest with you.
oh, I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah, that's true.
And then our princess, she's coming in Endor clothing.
Yeah,
And these will all be Hasbro Pulse and Big Bad Toy Store exclusives. Except for. Oh, I'm sorry. Nope. Only Darth Maul and Ahsoka Tano are the Hasbro Pulse and Big Bad Toy Store exclusives. Sorry, folks. Pablo, or Paplu, Princess
Pablo.
Leia, and the ST
ATST.
ATST driver will all be Walmart exclusives coming this spring for $12.99. And I knew I had a picture of them, but I don't think it went through. And then also from FanForce Friday, they released a preview of Tech or Sing Zero, Casca Reeves from The Mandalorian, and General Lando. So those figures will be coming up soon.
Somebody must have heard about his maneuver at the Battle of Tanaf. Oh, from Diamond Select Toys, Tommy. I love Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
I love Lord of the Rings. Say it how much I love it. I just. So Diamond Select Toys releasing Lord of the Rings action figures, Legolas and Gimli coming in March. And if we can go, yeah, this is beautiful. I'm gonna be a little honest. I think this is nitpicking, but Legolas's face is a little off, but he looks excellent. I would say Gimli's head should be a little bigger, but that's not really, a complaint. I just think he needs to be shorter because the dwarf, that's basically like a human height. I think he should be at least up to the elbow because, hobbits are like a child size, even though they're an adult. Their hobbits don't really grow that big. And then the dwarf. And when you think of dwarfs, you think, they had John Rhys Davis playing him in the movie, but who was Sala from Indiana for Raiders of the Lost Ark, just for reference. But yeah, he should be a little bit shorter, in my opinion. But like the detail on everything is just excellent. It's just really nice looking toys.
yeah, can't wait to see these.
That would go nice with the moose toy you want.
Yeah, it would. It really would. So Netflix has announced their Sandman series of actors. Now, this is all based on the Neil Gaiman comic, and Tom Sturridge, will be playing Dream. Gwendolyn Christie, Captain Phasma, will play Lucifer. Vivian, I'm going to butcher this. Vivian Achempog as Lucien. Charles Dance as Roderick Burgess. Sanjeev Bhaskar as Cain. Assam Chandri as Abel, and Boyd Holbrook as the Corinthian. Did you ever watch this show? Or I'm sorry, did you ever read the book?
No.
I read a couple of issues. It was interesting. There was one issue I remember. It was, I guess, Dream met God, or someone close to it. It was really fascinating. But I mean, I'll see the show, but who knows? It may bring me back to the books.
Perhaps.
Disenchanted, the show with Matt Groening, season 3 has just been released. It's okay.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it when I tried watching it, but
I saw the first 2 seasons. I liked. Season 3 is just a little bit too slow for me, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I love Matt Groening. I'll give anything he does a shot. Congratulations to our friend Rob McCallum and his friend Jay. Not only did they get a second season for their show Action Figure Adventure, his docuseries about how his best friend Jay traveled to the US and Canada to find toys to create a charity auction to support his local children's hospital. I mean, this guy's got a heart of gold.
Definitely.
They got picked up for a second season. Now, here's one of the cool things that Rob needs help with. We need to, if you're listening to this, you need to tell Netflix you want to see this show come to America. So if you can log on to help.netflix.com/en/title request. I'm going to throw all this information in all our readouts, or I can't think today. I'm going to throw the link in there. Just click it on. Just put Action Figure Adventure. It's a great docuseries. Give it a shot. Unfortunately, right now, unless you're a Kickstarter backer, you can only see it in Canada. And I also want to throw out an extra shout out, a thank you to another congratulations to them. They also host a YouTube channel called the Jay and Rob Show. All they do is talk about toys just like us, except they do it
They're better.
more professional.
Yeah,
That actually got picked up as a TV show.
that's cool. How are they going to do that? I
That
mean,
is. I mean, yeah, Rob's got a ton of projects
it's
coming
not
up.
like it's not like a sitcom, is it?
No, it's just basically what we do.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
That's
you can
great.
look it up on YouTube. Just
Rob's
Jay and Rob Toy Show.
Rob's a great guy.
Yeah,
He's
he's
so
good.
nice.
Very good people. So was his
Uh
friend Jay. I mean,
oh,
if you heard this guy's story, it's incredible. I mean, he volunteers at a children's hospital, and he actually put in his own money, 5 grand of his own personal money to create an auction, which they did well with. And all the money went to charity, so you can't
God
beat
bless him.
that. Yeah.
No, it's heart of gold. Yeah. The G4 relaunch has been confirmed. Attack of the Show and X-Play will return as part of the new channel lineup. More news coming, of course, as we gather. But those are two popular shows. And the Real Ghostbusters animated show will now be on the official Ghostbusters YouTube channel. There's no official release date yet, but you can plan on busting ghosts along with the boys.
This spring, we'll see the official release from the U.S. Post Office stamp sheet. The 20 stamp sheet will include IG-11, R2D2, K2SO, DO, L337, BB8, C3PO, a
Gonk.
Gong, thank you, a Gong powered droid, C110P, also goes by the name of Chopper.
Yeah, so he was the original Ralph McQuarrie design for
Oh, okay.
R2D2. When McQuarrie was designing the different things for Star Wars, one of the designs for R2D2 was Chopper. And when they did Rebels, they took that design and named this design Chopper and created a character out of him. So yeah, he's got some history with Star Wars. Pretty cool.
And these droids were a nod to Lucasfilm, their parent company Disney's commitment to science, technology, engineering, and math. It's the
STEM,
STEM project. Yeah, it's a
right?
learning. And the continued collaboration between Force for Change and the global pre-K through 12 nonprofit organization. So if you can find them, get them.
Definitely. A little bit of Indiana Jones news. As you know, I love Indiana Jones, one of my heroes since I was a kid. Uh, the word is the movie should be coming out next year. It's going to be taking place in the 1960s. No word on what the MacGuffin is, what he'll be chasing. It is supposed to be the final Indiana Jones film. So how this movie will end, everything's up to debate right now. But that is the latest news for any indie fan out there. I know like the news is very sparse right now. So something to look forward to, though. Maybe not. See how it is.
So I just wanted to wrap everything up. Special thank you to Brian Salvatore for intro and outro music. Shared Universe Podcast Studio, our friends at Spectre Creative. We are now on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us and listening to us rattle off about our favorite toys. We still need to reach our goal of 1,000 people, so hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, tell a friend. Join the conversation at toyspodcast@gmail.com. We are on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and all of your favorite podcasting platforms. Please subscribe, give us a rating, or do both. Enjoy our new podcast, Rocketeer Radio, with our own host, Ian Westoff.
Thank you.
What's this week's episode about?
Well, it is titled "Learning to Fly," and I'm going to leave it at that. I'm sure you can figure out what it means by that. A little discussion also on the creation of the rocket pack and helmet, but learning to fly.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, sir.
Follow us on all social media at Toylines or at Facebook at two places, Toy Shelf Magazine or at Toylines. You can see all these pictures and a little bit of info on our own personal website, which started all, toy-lines.com. You can go there for toy reviews, news, everything we've discussed. So I'm Tom Romero.
And I mean my stuff.
Play with your toys. We'll see you next week.